the way I got introduced to crypto, and this is actually kind of where the crypto starts to come in 2017, I heard about a crypto called IOTA. And basically, IOTA prioritizes blockchain and was kind of like a pioneer company in blockchain technological development. And my sister actually mentioned IOTA to me, so I started reading about it. And basically, I bought a bunch of IOTA and forgot about it. And then 6 months later, I looked up and it was like up 400%. And I was able to lock in basically $7,500 off of that crypto trade. And that was back in 2017. So I was pretty young at that point. So I was like, wow, like this blockchain technology, crypto is something that I definitely want to get into. So basically, I used that money to acquire Ethereum, Bitcoin, and that's basically it. Ethereum and Bitcoin were the two ones that I really prioritized. I put money into IOTA and Zilliqa, actually. So I had those. I built up a crypto portfolio on the back burner while I was focusing primarily on stocks, just because I had a feeling that digital currency would sort of take over the world in a sense, and it turned out to be true so far. So basically, fast forward to summer of 19, I decided I would attempt to use my successful stock trading system in the crypto world. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can actively trade crypto and be able to have the same success that I have in the stock market in the crypto world. So I gave it a shot. And as soon as I tried the system, it worked. And I was actually shocked because I thought the crypto would be a lot different, but turns out the system I used just deals mostly with mass human psychology, and it kind of doesn't differ too much between the asset classes, which is really cool. So ever since then, I've basically been day trading from 9:30 in the morning to about 10:15 to 10:30, and then I trade crypto and set up crypto plays from about 10:30 to 12 p.m. basically at my lunch hour. So crypto is something that I trade. I kind of monitor plays all the time because it's more long term, but it's something that I'm able to do supplementally to trading stocks. And it's something that I think is really cool. It's a cool addition to my trading. So it's pretty nice that I can do that at different time frames, being that the hot hours to trade crypto is about 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I set out to learn everything that I could about crypto so that I would be as well-rounded a crypto investor as stock investor. And since that point, I have amassed a pretty sizable crypto portfolio and trade with about $45,000. And to think that I started with around $5,000 and it led here is very amazing. And I want to be able to share it. And this account has nothing to do with my long-term holdings. This is simply my trading account. So I've been able to amass a pretty sizable crypto holding in general. So in this course, I'll be showing you everything you need to learn in order to invest in crypto, trade crypto, and do your own research to basically be able to create generational wealth for yourself. So I want to talk about why we trade crypto. So trading is different from investing. Investing is considered a long-term acquisition in something you believe will appreciate over time. Trading is when a position is opened on an asset where the individual speculates on a direction they think the asset will move in order to generate profit. So it kind of has nothing to do with whether or not you think the asset is going to perform well over time or that it's worth a lot, more that you predict it's going to change direction because of a certain catalyst in order to generate short-term profits. So we can use the InevitTrade trading system to map out high probability short-term changes in price of cryptocurrency in order to generate consistent profit. So we trade cryptocurrencies through a broker that is connected to an exchange that allows us to securely take positions of the currencies. If we are right, we make money. Okay, so basically what you will learn in the system is the InevitTrade system is a proprietary trading strategy that I have tested and designed over the course of 4 years working full-time as a day trader / investor. It combines the use of Elliott wave theory, Fibonacci, reading supply and demand imbalances, advanced technical analysis, and historical crypto data in order to signal trades that statistically are proven to be profitable if performed correctly. So don't worry, if this sounds confusing to you, you'll be learning all of this in the training, but this is essentially what you're going to be learning on a macro level. This is some really cool stuff, so you will be enjoying it. So this is how you are going to look in the end as a trader. So you'll have an in-depth knowledge of cryptocurrency and blockchain, advanced trading psychology skills, full access and knowledge to the innovative trading strategy to make your own profits, full access to proprietary crypto trading Excel sheets and tools to track your trades like a professional trader and give yourself real-time trading information, knowledge of brokers, wire transfers, VPNs, exchanges, tax implications to do with crypto trading, and then premium access to private crypto Discord community. Okay, there's a public Discord community that maybe you're aware of, but the private one is sort of our private group that is able to talk about things in a little bit more depth. You can ask me personalized questions, whereas like when we have 2,000 plus people all talking at the same time, it's kind of hard to really answer all the questions and be super effective with that. So being in our whole like niche Discord community is going to help you learn, and it's going to be able to allow us to kind of bounce better investment ideas off of each other that we're not going to necessarily just tell to a random stranger. Okay, so I want to show you and inspire you on some of the trades that I've taken. These are some of the P&Ls that I've been able to take on these trades. So if you look right here, this was a Bitcoin long that I did a few weeks ago. I was able to absolutely wreck this trade. I made about $7,000 on this trade, and this was just in 1 month, which is a very good return for me. This was another trade on Ethereum that I took. It was basically a $5,000 win. And then this one I actually alerted. If you were in the Discord, you might have seen it, but this was a short position that I took when Bitcoin started selling off. Using the Innovatrade system, I was able to generate $465 in just basically 15-30 minutes. I didn't know how long it was going to take, but I was able to generate some very, very good profits in that one day. I also had a nice stock trading session that day, so it was awesome. So basically, here's some inspiration for you to be able to sort of motivate yourself. This is what you could be potentially looking at if you master these techniques and you master trading. By finishing this course and following along and make sure that you study and continue to talk with us in Discord and be a member of our trading team. Okay, so what are cryptocurrencies and why do they exist? So cryptocurrency is a new form of digital asset based on network that is distributed across a large number of computers. This decentralized structure allows them to exist outside of the control of government and centralized authorities. So essentially, when you have a fiat currency like the US dollar, are being controlled by a centralized entity, which is the Federal Reserve. So they basically make all the rules and you have to follow by those rules. What you own does not have any intrinsic value whatsoever. And the beautiful part about cryptocurrency is that it allows you to have a peer-to-peer system that is completely open network and decentralized, meaning that no one owns it, but everyone can see it and use it and can't change it, but can participate in it. And this kind of allows us to stray away from government, which is why it's so cool and why I think it's definitely the future, because hyperinflation, tyrannical governments, they cannot interfere with cryptocurrency because it's basically like you can't interfere with it. It's people can openly participate in it, and that's it. It's secured by cryptography, which makes it nearly impossible to counterfeit or double spend. A cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual currency. So most cryptocurrencies are decentralized networks based on blockchain. And a defining feature of cryptocurrencies is that they are not generally issued by a central authority, which I just talked about, rendering them theoretically immune to government interference or manipulation. So like I was also saying, our government in the US is printing money like it's monopoly money. I think we've printed almost 30% of the entire US dollar supply in 2020. So that's hyperinflation, and cryptocurrency is becoming more and more valuable because people are starting to understand that fiat currencies are not going to be valuable. So what is blockchain and why is it dope? So there's dope things about blockchain, and then there's also bad things about blockchain. If you ask a lot of people, there's a lot of scams going on in the crypto world right now. So you just got to understand the pros and how to avoid the cons. So blockchain is a database that collects information that is stored electronically on a computer. Information or data in the database is typically structured in table format to allow for easier research and filtering for specific information. So every transaction that is completed on a cryptocurrency's blockchain is recorded in a ledger and put into blockchains that increase in size over time and that are mined by individuals using computation power to create the blockchains to store information. It's ever growing and it's completely open source, so everyone can see exactly what's going into the crypto, but no one can change it. So blockchain is a specific type of database. It differs from typical database in the way that it stores information. Blockchain stores data in blocks that are then chained together. So let's say you have a transaction code right here and you have 4 transaction codes going down here. This is all converted into a block, and then these blocks are then linked together, and the code block chain gets chained together so that they're organized and easily accessible to the public and it's completely secure. So the block and contents with them are protected by powerful cryptography, which ensures that the previous transactions with the network cannot either be forged or destroyed. In this way, blockchain technology allows a digital currency to maintain a structured transactional network without relying on a centralized authority. And this is once again the reason why cryptocurrencies are viewed as decentralized. So basically, as the data comes in, it creates a fresh block on the blockchain, and once the block is filled with data, it is changed to the previous block, which makes the data chained together in chronological order. Different types of information can be stored on blockchain, but the most common use so far has been as a ledger for transactions. In Bitcoin's case, blockchain is used in a decentralized way, so no single person or group has control. Rather, all users collectively retain control. Decentralized blockchains are immutable, which means that the data entered is irreversible. For Bitcoin, this means that transactions are permanently recorded and viewable to anyone. Okay, so there's 4 different types of cryptocurrencies, and this is important to understand on a fundamental level. So basically, the first cryptocurrency type is store of value cryptocurrency. So that's going to be something like Bitcoin. Then we have a digital currency. We have a utility token, which is like Ethereum, and then we have a secure token. So we're going to go over each subsection. So store of value cryptocurrencies are very similar to digital gold. There's a finite amount which creates scarcity, which then causes the asset to appreciate. They aren't used as currencies for tender because they tend to be volatile and transaction speed is too slow to be scalable and cannot be used as a transactional currency. It could be, but it's too slow. So it's basically just a way to store your money. Similar to gold, you can't really pay someone in gold nowadays, even though it still stores value. So it's kind of, think of it as that. Next, there's a utility token. So utility token cryptocurrency is issued in order to fund development of a cryptocurrency, and that can be later used to purchase a good or service offered by the issuer of the cryptocurrency. So utility tokens are tokens that have the sole purpose of being used with a closed payment system. As stated in the previous article about Ethereum, utility tokens are at their core not a good investment, which I disagree in right now because we're still in the developmental stage of Ethereum, but it is common misunderstanding that it is that when more people are using a utility token, the token value will rise. Now, that is not the case necessarily, but when you have mass adoption of a utility token like you see with Ethereum, you still have the market cap increasing, which is increasing the price of the cryptocurrency, which is why I am invested 60% into Ethereum if you watch my YouTube videos and have seen my portfolio. But that's a utility token. We have a digital currency. So this is a form of currency that is available only in digital or electronic form and is no physical form. So I guess Bitcoin has no physical form and Ethereum doesn't either, but this is still a subsection that I'm going to talk about. It is also called digital money, electronic currency, cyber cash. I've never heard cyber cash, but I guess that's a thing. Digital currencies are stable and are traded with the markets, whereas cryptocurrencies are traded via consumer sentiment and psychological triggers in price movement. And then finally, we have a secure token. So a secure token is a portable device that authenticates a person's identity electronically by storing some sort of personal information. The owner plugs a security token into a system and grants access to a network service. Security token services, STS, issued security tokens that authenticate the person's identity. Okay, so now that we kind of have an introduction as to what cryptocurrency is and what blockchain is, we can then get into more technical elements and fundamental elements about cryptocurrencies. But I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what they are and why we trade them, just because if you go into it completely blind, sometimes people don't really know anything about cryptos or what they are in general.